So this photo setup right behind me helped our eBay store get to $50,000 in 365 days. My name's Colton and I'm with Rockwell Resell, and I want to help you take better pictures for your eBay store and sell your products a lot faster. What we're going to go over today in this video is the things you'll need for better pictures on eBay and how to photograph a couple different items. We're going to go through some clothing items, some video games, and other general items that you might be hosting in your store on eBay. Okay, so what you'll need are a couple basic things, and then I'm going to add on a couple of the things I use in order to take my pictures to the next level. So the couple things that you will need for sure are, one, a camera, and I use my iPhone, which for eBay I think is just fine. And it makes it easy to upload the pictures to eBay on the other side. But if you want to get more professional with it, you can get a digital camera, a DSLR, but sometimes those take more effort because you have to upload them and they're a little bit more bulky. So I'd recommend just sticking with your iPhone, and then if you want to move on to something else later on, all you. And then the next thing you'll need is a nice solid background. On eBay, it's a very good practice to have a consistent background for all of your listings. I wouldn't say it's great to have different backgrounds for different listings. It's good to have a consistent background for every one of your listings. I use this piece of plywood with a bed sheet on top of it and then these clamps on the side. That isn't extremely necessary. I think if you had a nice piece of carpet in your living room, you could do that as well. Or maybe a nice section of hardwood floor in your kitchen. Really, any clean, solid background works, but this works for me. And like I said, this is a piece of 1/4-inch plywood that I just took a bed sheet and wrapped it over. And then I took these clamps to make it nice and tight. So when I take pictures, it just looks like a professional background. I'll link these clamps in the description. I'll put a little link to Home Depot for the plywood. But in terms of the background, the most important thing is just to make sure it's clean and solid. And then lighting is going to be the next most important thing, almost more important than the background, because with bad lighting gives shadows onto your pictures, and with shadows, a lot of times it looks like stains on clothing or it looks like defects on other products. So it's really good to have a good quality lighting setup. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have separate lights. You could just use the lights that are in a room if they are very bright. But you want to make sure your phone or your hands aren't causing shadows while taking pictures. So my setup is these lights I got off Amazon. I have 4 of them, and I have them around the corners. And then I just have a lamp that was actually a lamp from college. So like I said, you can really use anything for lighting as long as there isn't shadows being casted on the products that you're taking pictures of or anything like that. These lights off Amazon, I believe, come in a 2-pack for about $35 or so they're not that costly. If it's something where you want to just start off on eBay and do it with the lights in your room or maybe a lamp you have on hand, and then after you sell a couple things, you get into maybe buying some lights. I'll link those also down below so you can check them out on Amazon if you would like. And then I would say most importantly is good products to take pictures of. If you're taking pictures of junk, if they're really good pictures, it's probably still not going to sell. So we got to make sure we're bringing in good products to take pictures of and then list later on down the road once we have the pictures taken. I've made other videos about sourcing and the things I buy. I'm going to continue to make those videos, so make sure to subscribe so you can follow along on the videos I talk a little bit about sourcing products in. This is a great setup to get started in because you can get into a setup just like this, like I have, for under $100 and be taking very professional photos that will compete with any other product on eBay. So now we're going to get into how to actually take a couple pictures of a couple different clothing items and then a couple other general items. So we'll go through some t-shirts and some pants, and then, like I said earlier, some video games and other items. Okay, now that we got our lighting set up and our background set up, we are ready to take pictures. So there's just a couple things we're going to need here. We're going to need our phone or our camera set to square mode. It just works the best with eBay. We're going to need a tape measure. I use the Milwaukee 25-foot tape measure. But this helps with all sorts of measuring on your products and helps your your user or the buyer determine the correct sizing and everything. And I like to keep a lint brush or a lint roller on hand to make sure that I can wipe away any of the lint that might be visible. Okay, so we're gonna start with a shirt, or in this case, a jersey. We wanna make sure that we lay them as flat as possible and that we kind of smooth out any of those wrinkles or bumps or lumps. So I always like to take the first picture of the whole product just like that. And you see it looks very professional, very well lit. And then we take a picture of this label here, the label up there, and then one close-up of, on this case, the embroidery. And the reason I do that is to make sure that people see exactly what they're going to get and aren't surprised when they get their product. So then I take my tape measure and I measure across from armpit to armpit to get the full chest size. So you see there, I got the tape measure that goes across the full shirt to get a chest size of 46 inches or so. And then I do one from the top of the shoulder all the way down to the bottom, just like that. And that gives the overall length of the jersey. So then we're gonna flip it over onto its back, and we are gonna take a picture of the back, and that is pretty much it. If there's any defects on a piece of clothing, you wanna make sure to take pictures of that. Now we're gonna demonstrate how to take some photos of a pair of jeans or really any pair of pants. So just like with the t-shirt, we wanna spread it out nice and flat and smooth out all those wrinkles. Okay, once we have that done, we're gonna do the same thing as with the shirt and take the first picture just like that. So now we got a full-fledged picture of the pair of jeans, and then we're gonna take a picture of the inseam. And what an inseam is this seam here all the way up until the crotch. So the second number in a size measurement for a pair of pants, like a 32, 31, the 31 is gonna be the inseam, and that's just the number of inches it is from the crotch seam down to the ankle seam. And we do that by taking our tape measure and measuring down the leg, which gives us a 30-inch inseam. And so I take a picture just like that, showing the inseam on the jeans. And then we're gonna go ahead and take a picture of the waist size. So these look like they had stretched out a little bit. So that's great that we're taking a picture of it to show our customer, because you see here, they're supposed to be a 27, but they're really showing up to be a 30. Take a picture of the waist just like that. And then I make sure to get pictures of all of the labels and then a picture of the back of the pants. So I'll get one here of the pants pockets, and then I'll toss them up and then get one more of the full size pictures, just like that. Alright, and then I wanted to show you guys just one more way to take pictures of a different product, and this is going to be a video game. So here we got a video game, Uncharted 4. This one doesn't have the manual. If it did, I would take the manual out, put it next to it to show that it is complete. This one is incomplete, just case in game, that's fine. What we're going to do is take a picture of a video game like this, and it comes out like that. Take one of the inside to show that there's no manual, just the game. And then I like to flip it around, take a picture of the game, show that it is in clean working order, and then I take a picture of the back of the case. And we're done. That's why I love taking pictures of video games. Very easy and very simple. Alright, so that's a little insight on how I go about taking pictures of some products and my photo setup. If you want a little bit more details about the process of me taking pictures of different items or specific items you'd like to see, let me know down in the comments. There's a video that I put out a couple weeks ago about how I ship orders and store them, and I can link that down below as well. But make sure you like and then subscribe to be able to see videos coming up in the future. There's going to be a lot of valuable content coming for new eBay resellers and also advanced eBay resellers. So thanks for watching again, and have a great day. Bye.